Once upon a time there was a wily wolf.
A wicked witch.
And a ginormous giant. These three villains earned their reputation in a selection of folk tales set in the dark woods, deep lakes, and enchanted castles.
In this story,
the villain is none other than the cunning wolf. Will grumpy old Grandpa stop Peter from his rescue? Will the wolf win the day? Find out in this story of wolves, witches, and giants called Peter and the Wolf. That's me. Once upon a time, a boy called Peter lived with his grandfather in a small cottage. The cottage had a walled garden with the gate that opened into a grassy meadow. Never go into the meadow alone. The wolf lives in the forest nearby and may gobble you up. Like most kids of his age, Peter didn't give a fig for his grandfather's advice. So one bright morning, he opened the gate and set off into the meadow, munching on a huge sandwich. Nearby was a pond with a solitary oak tree beside it. One of the branches was so long it even stretched over the edge of the garden wall. The oak was hundreds of years old, like his grandfather, and Peter noticed a little bird up in the branches.
Hello there, it cheeped. Should you be in the meadow alone?
I'm bored stiff, said Peter. There's nothing on telly and my grandfather's completely sad. Peter took another bite of his sandwich and sulkily kicked a stone in the pond. Here, mind me, quacked a duck, swimming out from the reeds.
Can't you fly like me?
Said the bird, swooping down from the branch towards the duck. Of course I can, but you can't swim like me.
I can, but I've got a chill.
Oh, shut up, you two, said Peter grumpily. He was beginning to wish he'd stayed at home when, in the long grass, he saw a pussycat. Excitement at last, thought Peter, as the cat crept nearer and nearer. Look out! Yelled Peter as a goodwill gesture to the bird.
Well, thank you very much, said the cat. Remind me to warn you, ow, when the wolf's around, or your grandfather.
The cat's words were well timed, as grandfather's hand grabbed Peter's collar and frog-marched him back to the cottage. Observing all this from the edge of the meadow was a hungry wolf. Slowly, he crept up on tippy toes. He had his horrible beady eyes on the duck, but how to get it from the middle of the pond? This is when I take my first swimming lesson, said the wolf, as he slid into the water like an alligator and sank straight to the bottom and came out the other side. Oh, this is gonna take some thought. And a rowing boat. But what have we here? He said, as he found Peter's half-eaten ham sandwich. I'll have the ham, and the duck can have the bread. Oh, hooey! Called the wolf as he threw tasty morsels of bread onto the bank. The unsuspecting duck swam eagerly like an idiot towards the bread, and the cunning wolf hid behind the reeds. Then he pounced on the poor duck and swallowed him all up. Oh, delicious. Easy as shelling peas, observed the wolf. Now for that naughty pussycat. The cat had been observing this from the safety of a branch, with the little bird nearby. The wolf paced around under the branch, teasing the cat. Listen, sooner or later you're going to have to come down here for a saucer of milk.
I'm in no hurry now, said the cat.
Peter was watching this drama unfold and decided he would help the trapped Moggy no matter what. He found a rope in his grandfather's shed. He climbed onto the branch that grew over the garden wall. He heard the old timber creak as he crept towards the little bird. You fly around the wolf and make him dizzy. The little bird was pleased to oblige, so he dive-bombed the wolf and zigzagged around his head. Stop that, you little gnat, snapped the wolf. I'm going to eat you like a sausage on a stick. Just wait till I... The wolf's eyes glazed over as he slumped down, and Peter let down the rope and snared him by his bushy tail. He gave a sharp tug on the rope, but the weight of the wolf was too much for the old branch, and down came the lot. Peter, the wolf, the cat, the bird, and half a ton of prime English oak. Hearing the crash, Grandfather came hurrying out of his house, his trusty blunderbuss at the ready. Don't shoot, said Peter. I've caught the wolf, and I'm taking him to court for murdering a duck. The local hunter appeared at that moment and, acting as an armed escort, paraded the wolf to the court. Old fox again. Lord Justice Prokofiev pronounced the sentence. You shall be taken from this place to local Zulu, and there you will remain for the next 25 years, so that unruly children can tease and poke sticks at you. Objection, Your Honor, said the wolf. Overruled, said the judge, as he slid into a deep 25-year slumber.
There's more wolves and more witches and more giants here next.